When working on a horse, everybody has their own way to start things. I'll kind of go through it the way I like to do it. If I've never been around a horse before, it's my first time working on one, I'm really not sure how they're going to react to the therapy. Then I'll start just slowly going over this horse, just kind of getting them used to the loop. Once they're comfortable with the loop, generally I will start with this larger butterfly, and I start on the withers first. Now the only reason I do this from the withers first is because this is a very safe place for me to be. If the horse acts up, gets scared, whatever, all I need to do is pick up and step away. I'm not in a position to where I can get kicked or bit. So I'll work there. We'll work 4, 6, 8 minutes depending on the tension, the way the horse works. We try to work at in an intensity that's low enough where the horse is comfortable, is not stepping away from us, but also is high enough that we can see there is a reaction from the horse. After I'm comfortable with the horse, we've been here 6 to 8 minutes, then I'll generally go to this smaller butterfly. This is a very lightweight, small butterfly, low intensity. I'll slowly work up here on the horse. And work 6 to 8 minutes up here in the atlas area. These horses seem to really like this. Their head starts coming down. A lot of times, a lot of yawning, releases. This seems to be something that they really, really enjoy. Okay, once we're through with about 6 minutes here, I'll change to the big sun loop. The big sun loop I use for several different things. Generally, I'll work the neck first. And with this sun loop, I'll slip it over their head, down, and we'll work these lower muscles in the horse's neck where he ties into the shoulder and the scapular area. If you'll notice when you start working with these, a lot of horses will be real tense, be sore to the touch. After just a few minutes of working in this area, you'll see them loosen up and really become relaxed and flexible. Okay, after 4 to 6 minutes with this big sun loop, then I will go back to the 44-inch double loop. I'll put this around their neck also. And we'll work 4 to 6 minutes. First I'll turn it maybe this way where it's touching his neck on both sides. It fits horse pretty well to where it's touching all the way around. After 4 to 6 minutes here, we'll turn it back this way to where it's touching all the way around again. And we'll slowly work up the neck to where between the butterflies we've used and the big sun loop, we're hitting the neck about every 4 to 5 inches all the way up. Okay, we've got a total time, if you're really working on a horse and taking the time, 4 to 6 minutes, basically 4 spots. So you're looking, 16 to 24 minutes in the neck area. I have at this point done very little working on a horse's head. I feel like that possibly if you're having problems in the jaw, in the TMJ area, I've got a smaller sun loop, a smaller butterfly that you could put on there at a low intensity that would loosen that up and help that area. Next, I'll go back to the big sun loop, and with the big sun loop, there's several things you can do with it. I use it over the glute area, down along the hamstrings, and I also use it around all 4 legs like this. Now, the intention of this is to get this pulse electromagnetic field all the way around the bones and the muscles and tissue. Okay, so anytime you can do that and put a body part through the loop in a safe way, you're doing the horse some good. What we're going to do is we're going to loosen up all these muscles and tendons through here. Hopefully if there's any pain and inflammation, we'll reduce that. And this should free up this horse's front shoulder where he has much more range of motion on the legs we're working on. Usually do this for at least 6 minutes on each leg, front and rear. And then I'll go back to the big butterfly. And we'll work the top line of this horse. Generally on the back area, I don't stay as long as 6 minutes. It's generally 4. I'm going a little faster, but a little closer together. 2 to 4 minutes, kind of right on down the back. Set up here in the pelvic area, go back to about 6 minutes. And then you can even slide back a little farther over the glutes and into this area for another 4 to 6 minutes. We'll go back to the big sun loop. This big sun loop works really, really well on the hamstring area. Okay? I like back here, depending on palpation of the horse, the flexibility of the muscle, if I'm finding any adhesions, anywhere from 4 to 8 minutes on each hamstring. If we're having any stifle problems, if you're working on horses that have been injected, you're not going to get much reaction out of this. If you've got horses and you've palpated and found a problem in the stifle area, just slide this right in here comfortably. 4 to 6 minutes. Go to the other side 4 to 6 minutes, and then come back 4 to 6 minutes on each side again. Once again, this just slides comfortably up in here. Shouldn't have any problem. Doesn't seem to bother the horses at all. The other butterflies we have is called the mini butterfly. We have a mini butterfly and then a big butterfly that are both built like this. They have more turns in them, therefore they have more intensity than some of the other butterflies, and they're more for a localized area. When working on the lower leg, you could use either the big butterfly or the mini. I have this elastic nylon strap. It's very easy to use if you're working on a lower suspensory. You can just hook it up like that. If you have suspensory problems or joint problems, you're not going to see the immediate results that you do out of muscle problems. What you're going to see is hopefully we're going to take out some pain and inflammation. I would probably, on a horse with a torn suspensory, probably work 10 minutes, walk the horse around a few minutes, 10 more minutes, walk the horse around, then 10 more minutes. If there's not suspensory problems on the other side, there's probably not a reason to mess with a suspensory that there's no problem. If you're working in the hock area, I generally use the bigger butterfly, which I don't have with me today, but the bigger butterfly will reach all the way around the hock area and completely get it all the way around. Should you need to use the mini, just be sure that you get all the way around, get your hock area, then get back here where there might be any fluid and any problems you may have.